Now, let the hunt begin.
So we're back in here, and we had a lot of stuff go down over the last 3 days. We had Pokemon Direct, Pokemon Direct, I'll call it that. PlayStation State of Play, BlizzCon. There's a lot of news that dropped down. There's only a few things I would like to talk about. Not so much with that, and a lot with the Guilty Gear beta, because I had fun. I had fun playing that shit.
Okay.
But before we get to that, let's talk about the PlayStation State of Play. Did we all peep anything from it? Any news from it?
I skimmed a couple things, but nothing too much. The Crash Bandicoot looked dope.
Yes. It's just me. The new Five Nights at Freddy's game looks good. I mean,
I'm glad.
Yes.
Yeah. I wouldn't say that loud and proud either.
Look, Five Nights at Freddy's looks great. The security breach. I'm happy that as a fan from the beginning, it's just so great to see how much it's evolved over the years and stuff. But besides that, the new Final Fantasy shit is a lot, I guess.
Oh, well, I'll get to that because I'm not gonna miss an opportunity to dump on that. I'm not gonna miss an opportunity. I can see there's a little bit of bad air about it. People were very upset about the state of play, mainly because there was only one mention of a PlayStation 5 exclusive title.
Yeah.
And it looked fucking dope though.
Oh yeah, Returnal. Ooh, it looks so good.
It looked like a cross between Dead Space and like Dark Souls, kind of like Cthulhu-ish, but like fucking super fast, super colorful.
That said, you know what? We're tired of waiting for a new Metroid game, so we'll do it ourselves.
Yeah. But even past that, it just looked. The mechanics of it, like the gameplay of it, looked really
paced,
fucking
fast
dope.
action.
Yeah.
Ooh, I was really excited for that when I first saw the trailer, and seeing gameplay just reaffirmed my excitement for it.
Is this a title that has other games from other older systems, or is this like the first one?
No, this is one of these PS5 exclusives. It's supposed to be one of those console sellers.
Oh,
they really haven't. Outside of Demon Souls, if you don't have a PS5 yet, you'll be okay.
Yeah, that's not
You'll be okay.
I mean, you can't find one anyway. So.
That too. That too.
And guys, I've been trying. All right, every week I get on there too late, and they're always sold out.
Oh, you're not gonna pay $900 for it?
If I could, I wouldn't need it.
Just get a computer.
You ain't trying to, UK's trying to crack down on that.
They're
trying to make laws to, attack scalpers.
Well, when they get their laws, set up, maybe I'll.
You're making fun of our British viewers.
I'm not. All right, I have a lot of respect for their, Cockney accents.
But I can understand the frustration with the state of play too, because apparently, it's been like months. How long has it been since the last one?
It's been a little bit. Not too much to really care about,
I mean, there was frustration with Nintendo too, but you got to remember. There's been an entire year of COVID with restrictions and people weren't really working. There's not much. I don't think they have much to show.
And they're Nintendo fans. They cry about everything.
Oh yeah, they don't bitch about shit.
The sun could come up and they'll be mad.
Yeah. Wait till you get into your rant about Pokemon.
Oh man, that it taught me something. I'll get to that after
you guys with Final
Fantasy 7.
Oh,
at the very end of the state of play, they showed a trailer for Final Fantasy VII's remake DLC with some outrageous name. So I don't remember what it's called.
It's the Yuffie DLC. Let's just call it that.
Yeah, they had.
Oh, my girl!
They added Yuffie into it, and they added some characters from Crisis Core. Some character that looks like a pine cone.
Yeah. Okay, some people
absolutely hideous. Go ahead. You might know a little bit more than me, do you?
No, I never played Crisis Core. I just know that that Crisis Core wasn't that good. I feel like
all other Final Fantasy spin-off games.
Yeah. Oh no, Crisis Core was okay. No, I heard he's from Dirge of Cerberus.
Dirge of Cerberus?
Yeah, I think he's from there.
Ooh, even worse.
Yeah. Dirge of Cerberus.
Yeah.
Oh man.
Like
take me back to 2007.
Do you remember the guy with the spiky, his hair with...
All of them are spiky.
Yeah,
I was like, go like this.
Not like this. Not like this.
Shit.
It's really just...
You've got to get a picture and put it in the corner.
Yeah, I will. I want to put it up to see how spiky this
dude, there's a ghost in my cup.
Say hi.
It looks like it was like that.
Oh my god.
I'm sorry, I just had to bring that up.
Apparently, there's supposed to be it could possibly be just a extra boss battle with this character and stuff with the Yuffie DLC. But that's all about all I know, because there seemed like with Final Fantasy they're connecting a lot more from the other games to make the world bigger, and because and they're using stuff from Crisis, because like Yuffie is apparently coming from outside of Midgar, doing to do some investigation of what's going on, to show there's more to the world than just Midgar.
You're deep into this.
A little bit. I watched the video.
Hey,
recently.
this is all part of my plan. All right, I'm just gonna sit on the game until all the DLC releases, and I
You're
can
gonna wait forever.
One big game. I'm doing the
Yeah,
same thing.
yeah.
Because I still have not.
Well, it's free for PS4. It's free right now.
I still have
What?
not played. I have
Final
the,
Fantasy 7?
Yeah, remake is free.
really.
That's your free. That's your free game this month.
I mean, I already bought it when
Hey,
it was
shout
free,
out.
but I'm just gonna continue to wait till all
So
the DLC.
here's the kicker with it.
Yes.
This Yuffie DLC is a PlayStation 5 exclusive only.
Yep.
Well,
You
we can
cannot-
another Miles Morales?
You cannot play this game on your PlayStation 4. You cannot play this expansion on your PlayStation 4. Excuse me. However, if you purchase the game, not the free one that we about to download later on tonight, if you purchase the game, you will get a free update to the PS5 and you will get the DLC for free as well. But you only get it on the PS5.
I respect that.
Because they easily, especially the fact this is Square Enix,
And the
could
more,
charge,
the Kingdom Hearts
and the
people-
more, they're going to charge you the exact same price for the same game. They've done before. They're already doing it with Kingdom Hearts coming on the Epic Store. So I'm really surprised that this is just going to be a free upgrade download. So
That's actually pretty cool of PlayStation.
Yeah.
Because they don't do this. They don't do that. They made you buy Spider-Man yet again just to play as
Wow.
Black Spider-Man.
are you serious?
Yeah, you have to buy the game all
The
over
full
again.
thing.
Yeah.
Oh, you can't just take your PS.
Nope. And save
Wow.
and save states did not transfer over.
That was them putting their big toe in the water and seeing how people would react.
Yeah.
Okay.
And they got away with it, but for the most part, they noticed that people weren't happy with spending money on the same game twice.
Yeah.
Whoever could have got a PS5.
When Xbox said, just upgrade it. Nobody, they're like, Xbox did what? No.
We can't do that.
Well, hey, shout out. Buy it once, get free DLC with it. That's a good.
Yeah,
This
that's a
is
good
about-
move. That's a pretty decent move.
I like the fact that this also is an opportunity because apparently I haven't played Final Fantasy 7 because I don't have a PlayStation 4 or anything. I'm kind of waiting for it to become on PC whenever that happens. But apparently they'll be fixing a lot of the textures and everything in the game because apparently there's been texture problems because there'll be like certain points of the game where it looked like it's PS2 graphics. Like,
Oof.
I didn't know it could be like that.
I saw a very particular case where there was a door that you were kind of forced to look at a lot
Yeah,
in the beginning. But it's jarring because it stands out like a sore thumb. But who gives a fuck?
Exactly.
Listen, I came from fucking 64 graphic Cyberpunk. I think I'm okay.
Oh
with-
my god! Yeah, I
Well,
finally
that's
saw
like
that. I finally saw those
polygon?
fucking weird.
Yeah,
I'm like, that's scary. I'm
the
sorry.
faces.
Try opening up a
shoeboxes.
door. Try opening up a door, and one of them's holding a shotgun to your face, and he just looks like fucking like Elephant Man is coming after you.
Oh my god!
Alright, so let me move on from this PlayStation thing.
Yeah.
So we all saw that. Like, how do you guys feel that they had an announcement and they really didn't even have too much PlayStation 5 news?
I mean, it feels like they're just moving the ball at this point. I mean, like they don't have shit to produce, but they gotta show us something.
And they also only had 2 PlayStation exclusive titles that they were not talking about, and Crash Bandicoot. But for the most part, everything else is going to come to PC.
Yeah, and honestly, as much as I love Crash Bandicoot, and it did look pretty cool, I'm like, all right, let's move the fuck on. Like, we grew up with Crash Bandicoot. Like, let's fucking go.
Like
right?
he's had his
Give me
little
some new content here.
his little peak in popularity, which is great. You know,
Yeah,
him
good
bringing
for
back
him.
the HD trilogy and then now
But
he's getting another
I
game.
do like how they're bringing in new elements and bringing in new gameplay dynamics to it and kind of keeping it fresh. So, I mean, people buy a new Zelda every fucking
Oh, that's
year.
Nintendo
And remakes and all
Nintendo
kinds of
fans
shit.
are
I
a
mean,
different sort of breed.
They're a different breed. They're just built different. That's not a good thing. That's not a good thing. So let's keep that same energy. Let's talk about Nintendo for a little bit.
Here we go.
We had this Pokemon Direct that came out. Do we have any Pokemon fans in here? Cue the crickets.
I can't wait for
You?
Pokemon. I like Pokemon.
I mean, I don't want to.
You were.
I don't
You are.
want to show my hand. I don't want to show my hand.
your hand is big.
It had the big ass Pokeball on it. Look at that.
So the Pokemon Direct, it confirmed the same thing that's going to happen after a long time was the Pokemon Generation 4 remake. That was your Diamond and Pearl. They're remaking that. and the style mimics that of the DS game when you're in the overworld, but mimics the more recent styles when you're in battles. But who cares? It's a Pokemon formula. It has not changed for 25, 30 years.
Yeah, I didn't understand the hate on the art direction that they chose.
It's like
Like,
it's
okay.
shady. Because I think fans, especially like Pokemon fans who were really mad about, they're expecting Sword and Shield levels of graphics,
Which is not very high.
It's not, but they wanted that style in this game now, especially the fact that since it's coming on Switch, that's what they're expecting. This is Nintendo, guys. They're not going to do that much for this game to come out. They don't give a fuck.
I just want to say that this is the part of the podcast where I have absolutely nothing to contribute because I don't know what's going on. I've never been a Pokemon fan.
So let's be real. It's Nintendo. What can you expect from this remake? You can expect it'll hopefully run smooth because of what it looks like. It's not going to run the Sword and Shield engine, so it'll run smooth.
Okay.
You can expect that bitch to cost $60 to $40. No discount here for an old game for the same experience.
Well, it's a remake. They remade it.
Kind of.
We pay for it.
They reskinned it.
Yeah, this is a reskin.
It's a reskin.
It's a beautiful little reskin.
Oh yeah, I love the
What it
little
is.
chibi character.
When it comes to remakes, I think Final Fantasy VII kind of stands.
That's the standard.
That is the standard.
We'll get to this.
Okay.
We'll get to this. And they also had an announcement for another Gen 4 game, Pokemon Arceus Stories or something along those lines.
Arceus
Legends.
Yeah, something
Now,
like that.
this is one of these things. It looks like a mid-budget fan game, and it's what people kind of wanted. They showcased the trainer walking around in an overworld, in an open world environment, throwing Pokeballs at Pokemon in the wild. No, in the Pokemon battle, whatever. It still looks the same type of game, but just with a different coat of armor on.
I have to say though, it made the dead Pokemon fan inside of me actually stir a little bit in his coffin.
Oh, yeah.
Like I was like he kind of like, oh my god, wait, what? Different? Kinda? What?
Shook some bones.
It was like shaking a little bit. It died down. Of course, like don't care, but it popped my interest a little bit. So I'm kind of interested to see what they do. Since the fact it seems like to be more of an open world, like Pokemon seem more roaming, so
you can dodge roll.
You can dodge roll. You can actually walk up to Pokemon. They're right there in front of you instead of just like going into grass or something like that.
You're going to dodge roll when my champ starts fucking punching the shit out of you.
It has my ears perked up.
Yeah.
I am going to pay attention to see what's going on, but as Nintendo has shown me with some of their flagship titles, the Pokemon Company anyway, my expectations are on the ground.
Yeah.
I don't care.
Yeah.
I got Pokemon Showdown. I'll be good.
See, I got kind of hyped because I was like, this is the direction I want to see Pokemon go to.
Same.
Open
Yeah.
world, battle system updated, something fresh, something renewed. It looked okay.
The kind of thing I think the only thing I'm missing, and it's just something I would love to see or even at least experimented on. Like this is of course an experiment, and I kind of wish it went a little bit further, especially with the battle mechanics. I kind of wish you got to actually fight as your Pokemon.
We could always play Pokemon Tournament.
No, that's not no.
Or maybe we could get a Pokemon Legends or a Pokemon Hyrule Warriors where you just go around Dynasty Warrior style, just shooting everybody with lightning.
Just wait until the Pokemon League of Legends comes out.
Yeah.
That is a real game.
Ugh.
We haven't gotten any more news on that. Just like we haven't got any news on Elden Ring. That game doesn't fucking exist.
What are you talking about? What game? Yeah,
Exactly.
It's over Skyrim. What are you talking about? It's only Skyrim.
Keep it in the shit that people know about, you big fucking sweaty nerd.
No, man. I want Elden Ring. All right?
What are you talking about? All I hear is Skyrim.
The guy, you know what I'm talking about. Shut
All
up.
I hear is Skyrim from you. Stop talking about Skyrim.
It has Guillermo del Toro.
Stop talking about Skyrim.
Oh.
The guy who makes Dark Souls paired up with Guillermo del Toro to make a game called Elden Ring.
All I hear is
That was
Skyrim.
announced before the PlayStation 5 even came out. And we haven't had any news since the initial launch
I don't
trailer.
know what you're talking about.
The game doesn't. You remember now, don't you?
They pulled a lightning bolt action.
It doesn't exist.
They
The game doesn't
promised
exist.
something that doesn't exist. Oh, no. I hate that. I hate when that happens. That's
So-
tough.
In the advent of watching BlizzCon, this Pokemon Direct, and the State of Play for PlayStation, with BlizzCon, they announced a Diablo 2 remake. And it got me wondering, what exactly is going on with all these remakes? Is this a good thing?
Yes and no.
I mean, it brings games that people loved to a newer generation, but why? Just give me a new game.
Arguably, the original vision is also lost because it's not the same people working on it.
To an extent, I agree.
So they're just kind of like bringing the bones.
I mean, Final Fantasy set the precedent of what a remake should be: an entirely new game, an entirely new story, entirely new vision, entirely new mechanics. I mean, if you're going to remake something,
or did Spyro and Crash Bandicoot do that when they literally remade the game, the same game from the ground up?
Y'all forgot where y'all came from. I mean, Bionic Commando started all this.
Stop. Who?
I'm not talking about that Dreads motherfucker. I'm talking
That's the
about
one I'm thinking of.
Yeah, see, that's why I know you.
My wife is my arm.
So weird. I'm talking about like the ground up PlayStation 3 exclusive where they remade the game.
Capcom has been doing really well with their AC.
Stop talking about indie games. We're talking about real games here. Shut the fuck up.
Oh, so it's only AAA plus.
What about the Streets of Rage one? Who? Well, that's not. That was a new game.
That was a new game. That was a sequel. Okay, I think. Okay, if anything, we could be fair. So those are both examples of what a remake should be. If you're gonna remake a game, start from scratch to make it look better, improve upon it, or bring the same sort of concept, making a whole new experience, and even change the story in elements inside of it.
I mean, I haven't played the Resident Evil ones, but I've heard
they're
reviews.
Good. There's another example of a really good at least Resident Evil 2. Resident Evil 1 was like the same, but it was a little bit more serious.
Okay.
It took itself more seriously.
Okay.
But like Resident Evil 2 brought a whole new mechanic and stuff to the games.
I mean, I guess the same argument can be made in movie-wise. I mean, what are remakes of movies just lazy, or is it a chance to improve on something?
This is just
yes
lazy.
and no.
Okay, if we're talking about movies and other forms of media, this is honestly just a response to how much media and content that's out there right now.
You're right.
And these companies need to make money. That's the only thing. The only reason they make this shit is for money. So to get you to actually give a fuck about any of these games, movies, or shows or whatever, is to bring out something that you kind of knew about beforehand. Even if it's shit, it will make money.
They just gotta start rewriting books now.
Yeah, I mean, they've already, why do you think they keep bringing back anime? This over and over again. They'll bring back sequels or they'll redo a whole another anime. They've been doing that recently.
Have you seen what else is out there?
Exactly. What are you talking about? Shut the fuck up. Anyway, that's a whole different discussion. But that right now, that's just what I see of it. Maybe it's a different reason, but I think now it's coming to video games. Video games, there's just too much, and the only way to make money right now is to just remake your childhood. To bring you back to capitalize on your nostalgia, basically.
If they remake, I know
how you think about remakes.
I'm on the same boat, but if they remade Dave Mirra's BMX,
who? What are you talking about?
BMX, that game that it's not. I know it's not Tony Hawk, but if they remade it, I'll play shit out of it.
It's not Tony Hawk. Shut the fuck up.
Hey, fuck you.
The Tony Hawk remake was fun for 5
minutes.
It was fun for a week, and then what happened?
It was Tony Hawk.
You played the game before.
I mean, yeah, it was the same thing. You do that would be something that I would say wasn't done
correctly.
It was done correctly because everything was updated and stuff was kind of. It gave you some new stuff, but the gameplay mechanic was the same, and it was just. I mean, after Skate, give me this.
You got a taste of the future, and you can't go back.
Yeah, I get it. They're different games, an arcade and a realistic simulation, but I don't know. It was just dry.
It just showed back then they could have brought a game out there and keep your attention because there really wasn't much out there. Now that you've grown so much with it, it probably tickle your nostalgia bone for a couple seconds. But if they haven't brought anything else into the table when that sort of content they need. What's the point of keep playing?
Yeah, it'll be time to move on.
Yeah, exactly.
Just like EA did with Anthem.
Yep.
They moved the fuck on. If y'all was waiting for that Anthem update, fuck you. You ain't getting nothing.
You bought the season pass. You bought the season pass.
You bought all that shit for what? You waited for what? And what did you do? You trusted EA? Are you fucking stupid? You trusted EA?
You need to. You need to run. Okay, I know you're stuck in the house with EA and everything. You need to leave EA, please. Get out while you still can. Don't trust them. They lie to you every time.
They gave you Mass Effect Andromeda, and you turned around and bought Anthem.
Remember when they said that Anthem was the cause for Andromeda being shit? And then, but guess what, guys? Anthem's gonna be great.
They're both shit.
They're both shit. Exactly. Well, look at that.
I want to know what the next game is going to be that is the cost for Anthem being shit.
Another Mass Effect game. Another Mass Effect game.
We were working on
that
it
all away,
Yeah.
so they could work on a new Mass Effect game.
Yep.
We're cyclical around this bitch. At least they're consistent.
We came full circle.
At least they're consistent.
It's like literally the snake eating itself.
Yeah.
The Ouroboros. You know what? I will be pleasantly pleased if they went whole meta on this, and while you're playing this new Mass Effect game, we went to an Anthem world, or they had Anthem mechanics in one of the Mass Effect levels.
Yep.
They're just gonna take the game and just reskin it as
Mass Effect.
Mass Effect
Yeah, fuck it.
and sell it back to you.
Yeah, no more ships. Just fly around in a fucking Iron Man suit, and we only stay on one planet. There's no exploration.
I was really hopeful that they would fix it because I really wanted to.
It looked cool.
I wanted to know.
Cool.
Yeah.
All they had to do was No Man's Sky it. They needed to just be patient, make the game
No
good.
Man's Sky.
eventually.
You know, I hate that you used No Man's Sky
'Cause
as
it's
an
a-
example.
When you
could have used
What?
Destiny.
Who?
Destiny listened to their community. All right, and they saved their game. All right, they're the
I know,
gold-
please.
They are
the
the
hat.
they are the gold. Who says I don't have one? They are the gold standard for taking a shit on their fans and then making mache out of it and making it something beautiful. All right, they care, and I'm just saying. I know we all thought that Anthem would do that. I didn't think they would do that.
Who
But
the fuck bought Anthem? Never mind. People who bought it and paid
Yeah,
like
the people who
$200
bought
for that
it.
special edition.
just like the same people
For
from
the figurines and shit.
I cannot think of a bigger waste of money, and I wasted money on some stupid things. So I don't know. Yeah.
Pour one out for him, man. Pour one out for the Anthem boys, and look. Hopefully, you guys learned a lesson.
They did not.
They'll
They
never
didn't.
learn.
They took the Cyberpunk L's. They took the Mass Effect Andromeda L. They took the Anthem L. They're going to keep piling up. People are going to sit there and they're going to trust these influencers, people who are getting paid, who are under NDAs to say nothing but positive things.
Yes.
This information's out there. Wait. Spend your money wisely. Don't. Help your fucking selves.
I mean, to be fair, the game looked promising.
It did.
It did. It looked cool. It
You
had
don't think
Somebody-
I was going to beat my meat stick to this? I was ready.
Do explain.
Please.
That was me just being very excited. I wanted to fly around in my Iron Man armor.
Yeah, that game looked fucking fantastic. The opportunities that were there the opportunities are still there.
Yeah.
Because I mean,
Base game was fun. From what I've heard, it's a good time for a little bit, but once you get done with the main campaign, which is incredibly short, there's nothing else to do.
It's a looter shooter, and there are better ones out there.
Yeah, and cheaper. Better.
So look, there's one last thing I want to talk about. That's this Guilty Gear Strive beta, okay? And remember, I heard you guys. I heard you all. I saw you on social media. We don't need rollback netcode. We don't want rollback netcode. You guys are just complaining. You're fucking howling at the moon. Now you got a taste of it and you want more. Doesn't it feel good to play online? Doesn't it feel good to play people in fucking Japan when you're in Africa? Don't it feel good? That's all we wanted you to experience.
let them know, son.
And you were just sitting there talking all that bullshit, making them seem like the heroes. All these devs are trying their hardest with this other netcode. You guys are just being privileged. No.
Bootlickers.
The problem was solved in 2006. We're 14 years later, and you're just now getting a taste of success? Fuck y'all. And I'm glad for your feedback.
I thought.
Hold on.
Yeah. Okay. Good.
His fucking dreads started shaking. They started moving like Medusa snakes and shit.
It definitely shows how much I'm distanced from the fighting game community, because I thought that rollback netcode was a gold standard of what everybody wanted. I thought that we all were in agreement. Apparently not. That's the future. There's been countless examples.
It's the present.
Yeah.
It's the present.
You're right. I'm sorry.
These bums were living in the past, and they were being enabled. So the beta dropped, and honest impressions. If anyone ever played Guilty Gear, the realness of it is that this is a slight departure from what Gear actually is. To be brutally honest, you've been shysted. We have been almost bamboozled. There are some things that are in that similar. No, there are some things. there are some elements, there are some feelings that remain similar and true to what Guilty Gear is. You know, I'm one of these Exar boys. I didn't play Accent Core, but the idea is there. This game has been it's slowed down. It's a little bit more spaced out and slower paced. The term is footsies, but it's not the rapid, fast paced action that we're used to. But it's still fun.
Maybe it was done to bring in a new audience.
This was explicitly done to keep the hardcore Guilty Gear fans there and to bring in the other people who are taken aback by the high-speed chaos that Guilty Gear is. Was the unfair sheer bullshit of the Guilty Gear franchise. You love to hate it. You love to hate it. Was that an overhead? I don't know. He's sitting down.
I'm sure that means a lot to a lot of people.
I know. I don't know what that.
It just hurt. Look, the saying is everybody who plays Guilty Gear hates fighting every character. I mean, hate playing that game when it's not your turn. I hated playing that fucking game because it was never my turn. I would win sometimes, but I lost because I was blocking and lost 80% of my health because I was blocking because some characters are just fucking good, man. I can rant, but this game, it's still good, but it's a small departure of what you saw Guilty Gear used to be. If you ever were one of these people who looked in from the outside and said, this is too much, it's not no more. Give it a shot. When it comes out in 2 months, it's going to be the most wholesome time of the game, the discovery phase. Everyone's just going to be there mashing. No one knows what the fuck they're doing.
I'm going to be mashing.
And you can keep doing it. It's fun. We have a black vampire samurai. Go ahead, say all. It's a mouthful.
Black vampire samurai.
So you got Blade.
Man, is it a man or woman?
It's a man.
So you got Blade.
Yes.
Oh my God, we do have Blade.
Yeah, locks.
Anime Blade. What's dreadlocks?
And while this is all going on, it shows that there's a fire that's going on in people's hearts. The man, myth, the legend, Majin Obama, was dropping promos on Twitter. So his promos, his dialogue, inspirational, the very least. And it shows that the old school feeling of fighting games burns hot within him. And everyone who enjoyed his rants, that shows that they enjoyed the same spirit. But then you have these sour apples in there who want this community, this experience to be the same as everything. They want golf claps. They want handshakes.
Participation trophies.
They want participation trophies. They want safe spaces. This is a different world. It's better than what it used to be. The Wild Wild West of the fighting game community is...
Not that much better. Go on.
Oh, I can show you some stuff. I can tell you some stuff. It's better than what it used to be. But you need this banter. We need this banter. This.
You can't coddle people.
Yeah.
It's a fighting game where it's one against one competition.
Yeah. Not everything that people see is serious. You can see the jest in it. There's passion, but you have to see the jesting in it. And seeing how some people were reacting and thinking that the promos this man was cutting were a gross misstep of community guidelines. Shut up. Shut up and go play fucking Minecraft.
Hey.
Minecraft is dope. Yeah, I know.
It's fun. If I could ever play.
I think gatekeeping has become a word much like classic in the music industry, where it's just being overused to just kind of fucking anything you disagree with, all of a sudden becomes gatekeeping. Anybody that's telling you, listen, son, you might not want to step into this world, it's all of a sudden gatekeeping. Just like any fucking hit song that comes on the fucking radio, all of a sudden becomes a classic.
They're not going to drag your lifeless corpse across the finish line. They're going to show you just how hard you got to fight to get there.
Listen.
And once you do it, they will help you the rest of the way. Because you proved yourself.
Exactly. Listen, you can't expect to walk into one of these rooms and waste some of these people's times by getting your ass just fucking smacked left and right and expect somebody to pat you in the back and say, good job, buddy.
You wouldn't get that in any other sport. You're not going to get it in the
Well, the problem is that people want it in those sports, but it creates, in my opinion, it creates an aura of just,
coddling?
Not even coddling, just of passiveness. Like, you can't get better without competition. You cannot get better. You can't grow as a person without pushback. If you don't get pushback, like, he beat the shit out of me, called me free, did whatever the fuck.
Gotta hold
now,
that.
you hold that L, you hit the fucking lab, you learn your character, you go in there, and you come back better. And if somebody beats the shit out of me and turns around and is like, it's okay, buddy, you got it next time.
Don't fucking touch me.
I mean...
I got one of those before. It felt good. I was like, the game's bro. Don't fucking touch me.
Wow.
I mean, I understand the level of bullying and maybe the overarching shit that has happened and still continues to happen. I mean, Call of Duty is a toxic fucking zone.
Hey.
Gaming.
I mean,
it is.
Hey.
That part of
there are lines, and the lines are blurry. There are.
Yeah.
But it's so much fun. You know, sometimes you just play Call of Duty because you want someone to cut you out.
You try making it through a fucking Warzone game without using a slur. Okay, it's impossible. All right, I can't do it.
Any of these
No.
fucking
No, and I'm not even gonna try because I'm not better than that.
There's nothing that brings a smile to my face more when I get a fucking message from some kid in Thailand calling me some kind of slur, telling me that he's going to fuck my mother because I killed them 3 times in a row.
They can't speak English, but they know those same 3 sentences very well.
Oh, yeah.
Fuck your mother, fuck your mother, fuck your
They know how to pronounce that N-word with
Oh, yeah.
impunity.
Every syllable, every letter. They can't spell it, but they can say it.
I mean, sometimes you kind of need that.
Yeah.
You know,
It's
I'll say it like this: it makes the experience more robust. Is it problematic?
Yes.
Absolutely.
Yeah, but life is problematic.
If you can't look back on these things and laugh at some point in time, you know, like, I don't know.
Should somebody be getting chastised? Should somebody be getting doxxed? Should somebody be getting chased
Or swatted.
offline? No. These are gross abuses of this of the genre. But when you sit there and you turn around and tell somebody, suck my dick, you're free, after you got done hitting them with like 2 perfects, that shit, you gotta hold that. And you let that man get a perfect on you. You can't be... How are you upset at the community that bred this?
And if you sit down and talk to that guy and say, hey, bro, calm down a little bit and don't talk to me that way. Like, I get it, I lost, don't talk to me that way.
Stand up. Don't expect people to be fair to you. Stand up and make it fair for yourself.
Talk it over. You know, if the guy keeps on wanting to try to be an alpha male, then y'all can sit right outside.
Then you fucking flash him and you choke him and put him on the ground.
Yeah.
Hey,
you
think
it's funny?
You think it's funny? You want to fight? You want to fight?
God.
Those are my passionate ramblings. You know, go ahead, get ready to play Guilty Gear when that comes out. Look forward to League of Legends Fighter when that comes out, and we'll just play some fighting games, y'all.
Yeah, I can't wait for the stories of gatekeeping and not being friendly to fighting games. Welcome to life.
Just learn.
Listen, I mean, if you want to play a fighting game, no one's stopping you. If you get in the lobbies and you get your ass whooped, doesn't mean that they're gatekeeping you. It means they're beating the fuck out of you.
You also have the option of muting. You don't have to. I like the fact that at least if you want to be part of that world, you have the chance to be by letting them in, but you can also just block them out if you can't take it.
You know what also can happen? Create your own community. create a soft, safe space
That's what
away
Discord
from that.
servers are for.
So,
Yeah, so
I'm going there.
a good, happy, roundabout gaming.
And unfortunately, that's something I said before. They're taking out voice chat in games because that's the only way to police it. You can't tell people not to say anything, but you can stop them from speaking altogether. So they're taking voice chat out of games a lot more often than not.
That's what I don't understand. The option is there. Just mute them. You don't have to just take away that freedom. You can just default mute and then have the people choose to start hearing everybody. You can. That's why the option's there. Don't fucking take it out of it because people are dumb enough to keep the mute button off.
it's a thing that's being faced in this in our time that in order to please a small minority, you just have to just remove the choice from everybody, and it's a sad state of affairs.
Margin Obama, little bussy man, hats off to you. Keep fighting the good fight.
Yeah, okay.
As my only PC take on this, all I will say is that maybe there's still the small majority because getting into it is so difficult. You know what I mean? I'll just say that. Like maybe they're still so small because the culture of the community is very abrasive. It's not for everybody.
It's not.
I mean, what community?
The gaming community, any community where nerds do their favorite pastime of. I know we just talked about this term, but any community where nerds do the whole gatekeeping thing, like you got to prove yourself to me, like somebody who paid the exact amount of money for this game.
Stuff like that. That's in jest. A lot of that stuff is in jest, and the people who take that seriously, like you gotta find the line, and that's not easy to do. You have to find that.
Traversing the waters is. I'll just say again, traversing those waters to figure out who is what is not necessarily for everyone. And if you can't handle the buck, then you got to get off. That's all I can say.
It all depends on where you're trying to go.
Yeah.
Yeah. Again, those instances of you have to prove yourself to me, like fuck you.
Right.
Fuck who are you? I don't have to prove myself to you.
Unless I'm trying to get money from this, don't tell me that.
Yeah. Like
you can't play with me, kid. You got to prove yourself.
Fuck you.
All right.
Work. Shut up.
That's cool. Then I don't play with you. Then I'll go play with somebody else.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Like it's literally that simple.
Yeah.
Unless you're playing in an Overwatch lobby where everyone wants the same thing, and they're all pieces of shit. There. All right. That's all I got.
All right. Let's go.
All right.
That's it for me.
All right.
That was the end of my ramblings.
I'm glad you got that off your chest.
Thank you.
Not everybody can go. Not everybody wants to go to therapy. I know I don't. But there's moments where you can like release your feelings and let people know how you feel. You feel better about it afterwards. Cool.